So I'm Christopher.
I'm Charles.
And this is a Good, Bad, and Podcast, and special edition. We just watched Hobo with a Shotgun with about 15 of our closest friends.
Yeah.
Which,
So we had a little ballot, so check this out. Can you guess who liked it, who didn't?
This is the worst movie ever made. This was horrifically bad in every way.
Yet all our friends, including the ones that put blood on it, loved it.
I don't know why people are liking this movie. There's nothing good about this movie.
I can't even read some of these comments. They're just not appropriate, I'm just going to be honest. I guess you belong to this category.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, it was everything about this movie.
We gotta do the synopsis.
Sure. So a hobo comes to town. It's a very corrupt town, a lot of crime.
It's like East LA in the 80s.
Sure.
What was this movie?
I don't know.
What does it take place in?
It doesn't matter. He comes to town. There's a lot of rampant crime. He gets angry, buys a shotgun, and starts killing people. That's the entire movie. I mean, there's nothing.
Not really justice.
It's pretty much the whole movie. And it's gory beyond belief for no reason. The acting's terrible, the writing's terrible, the technical's terrible.
The whole story behind it was a fake trailer for Grindhouse. Amateur filmmaker win a prize and got a show with Grindhouse in 2007. Then they came up with the money to actually make it for real, and they got record hours. So most of you know from Blade Runner and Batman Begins. I thought he was good in the movie. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was the glue.
There was nothing good in this movie at all. Nothing at all. There was nothing good.
He was the good thing in the movie.
No,
it just worked. I thought. No, I'm not saying I liked the movie.
What did you think of this movie?
Well, the problem. How do you rate a movie that doesn't take itself seriously? Like it's like Trauma. You know, you like Tromaville movies.
But was it like enjoyable to watch even?
Not in the slightest.
No. Like normally movies that don't take themselves seriously are fun to watch because they're not serious. You can just enjoy them. This wasn't even that. This was just like nauseously gory and everything was bad. It wasn't.
When it was slow too. Was it just me? Like I looked up and
drug on.
I felt it had been over an hour and it's like 10 minutes in.
Yeah.
This is. It reminded me of Santa Claus.
Yeah.
For those who've seen Santa Claus, it's Santa Claus and alien, that whole thing, and he's got all the children in the world, and we're segueing to that review. But
right.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it went on forever.
But you know the worst thing about it, I think, was the music.
Really? Yeah. Well, the music was bad, but no, it was absurd stuff too. It was. I mean, one of the criminal guys takes a flamethrower into a school bus full of children. I mean, this is ridiculous. Okay, like the way they killed people was they put their heads inside of a manhole cover that had a hole cut in it, and they would hang them that way, and they put a noose around their neck and rip it off with a car. I mean, it was stupid. It was absurdly bad, and it was disgustingly gory.
Yeah, they were wondering how many gallons of blood they probably used in this movie.
Hundreds. It was.
But it was like the bright red.
Yeah, it was really bad. Yeah, it was the bad blood. It was really bad. But and
you're sighing. I love when you're sighing.
There was just nothing even remotely redeemingly good.
Come on, seriously, he was good as a hobo.
He was believable as a hobo because he's old and wrinkled. And that's it. That's the only reason it's not.
This guy led Bruce Wayne Enterprises for a while. Didn't you see Batman?
I did, but
didn't you get the memo?
The movie was bad. This movie. I would rather go see The Room every night for a week than see this movie again. Truly, is that bad? This doesn't even like The Room. The Room.
What did you give The Room?
No. Here's the deal. The Room. We gave it like a 2 or something like that.
I think I gave it an 8.
We gave it like a 10. No, but we gave the quality of the movie a 2, but the experience of watching it like an 8 because it was fun to watch. It didn't take itself seriously. The audience didn't take itself seriously. It was crazy or whatever, right? This one was like the quality of the movie was like 1. It was horrible, and
you give it a 1, really?
Oh yeah, and the experience of watching it was a 1.
Isn't your role?
It wasn't coherent.
If
the movie wasn't
if they finished the movie, you have to get what, a 3?
Yeah, but the movie wasn't coherent.
But they finished it.
No, they just ran out of money, I'm certain, or they just stopped.
Did you see Machete?
No, I didn't see Machete, no.
This was almost a carbon copy of Machete. Like, even the whole...
But
at the end of Machete, like, Jessica Alba gets up and she's like, You know, we didn't cross the board across us, and all.
Now,
they all ran
Machete,
into everybody, just like they did.
didn't Robert Rodriguez direct that?
He did.
Right. So was that one at least a little bit better from a technical standpoint? Because I didn't see it. I'm asking.
I mean, it's okay. The movie's pretty terrible, but yeah.
Yeah, but it was like technically well made.
Yeah.
Because he's I mean, whether you like his movies or not, he knows what he's doing with the camera, right?
Yeah.
This one wasn't.
But that's not really a fair thing though, because
It's totally a fair.
this is like this guy's first feature film. He's a young kid from Canada, eh? So you know, it just.
That may be why it's bad.
Well, that's just horrible. I don't think we have any Canadian friends or followers or anything, so.
I'm just saying, it was bad in every way. I really, truly, I would give this a 1 for quality and a 1 for experience. Like, again, if it had been like The Room, where it was goofy and it was silly and it had fun with it, okay, like I can do this. But this was like, instead of being goofy and fun and having, you know, just tongue-in-cheek or whatever, this was just disgusting. Like, it was just gross. It was painful to watch. It was painful to watch.
I would say it's like Saw in that regard, or that whole series, but it's not. Those are better made.
Yeah, they're decently made movies, whereas this was just like they're not trying. It was like they were like we're gonna grind.
It was like
no, it was like they just used the grindhouse thing as an excuse. They weren't trying to be clever. They weren't trying to be funny.
what? So seriously, what was with all the overexposed shots, the bright colors?
I think they were trying for the '70s like suit the
But it's like
that.
the guy one of the bad guys looked like the guy from Risky Business, you know, the cover with the sunglasses.
Right. Yeah.
That was definitely
they did a lot of like
Cruise,
really.
right?
Yeah, they did a lot of really like over the top caricature kind of stuff.
Yeah, and there were some clever moments. Like the newspaper headlines were pretty funny.
Yeah, the newspaper headlines were funny.
Yeah,
but that was
something.
But see, that was all the stuff that made it in the original trailer.
That's true.
The Grindhouse. So that stuff was good. It just wasn't enough to make a 90-minute movie. It wasn't enough to make a 40-minute movie. I mean, it just wasn't enough material.
What's up with the bear? I'm just gonna. Did anybody else appreciate the bear? Maybe I confused something because it was. Did she already have the picture of the bear? Or did he
I don't know, yeah, because that part didn't make any sense. It's like, oh, you got an empty picture frame. And then he tells this whole analogy of how, like, the bear will defend his family and all this. I don't remember it.
I mean, it was beautiful. That was probably the.
It was terrible. You're wrong. It's not.
I heard Shakespeare say
no. But then, like, the next morning as he's leaving, she gives him this, like, sweatshirt that's got a bear on it. And, like, she looks over at the picture frame and left her a note. And now in the picture frame is a picture of a bear. Like, did he like go to National Geographic and like cut it out, or like?
I mean, it could have been like, you know, sometimes there's like placeholder pictures in there. Maybe it just happened to be a bear.
Maybe sure. No.
But I love. She was like, she said in the comments, she's like, "Who knew bears could be so vicious?" I was like, everyone. Like, who doesn't know? I didn't understand his whole analogy. It was like he was telling her something, you know.
That she didn't know that bears are mean.
Bears are mean. Did you know that?
Bears are dangerous. Did you?
I'm a hobo with a shotgun. Wow.
It was so terrible.
And you're laughing at it. See, that's why I think the experience
I'm
is
laughing at the fact that we actually sat down and watched this movie.
I don't have anything to say about it really. Like I'm trying to like analyze it.
You can't. No, there's no analyzing this. It's just bad. I think it's just a bad movie.
Do you think it was anatomically correct whenever like heads would fly off?
No.
I don't know. The first time my head got ripped off and
geysers of blood.
Well, the first time I was like, is that really where the spine? It looked like the bottom of a Ken doll head.
Yeah.
You had the little hole in the middle. And I don't know. I was like, oh, is that really what it looks like?
No, it's not. You can't possibly.
I think it is.
I don't think so. And what was with the girl dancing around in the blood? For about
here's some groans from the audience here.
For about like 10 seconds, there's a girl dancing around in blood, licking the blood, and then it's
I don't
over.
understand.
It never happens again.
That's a metaphor. Are you kidding me?
No,
that was beautiful. That almost sold the movie for me.
It happened in the first 3 minutes.
I know. It almost sold it for me. And then I was like, eh. And then then they had the gratuitous nudity, the topless people hacking, whatever they were doing.
I don't know what they were doing.
That part reminded me of Blade. You remember the first opening scene of Blade? Have you seen Blade?
No.
This is awesome. .com. But no, the first part of Blade, he goes to like a shower thing and there's like blood pouring out, everybody's dancing, but they're vampires. So part of me was like, maybe there's gonna be vampires in the movie. Instead, I got like a squid thing.
Yeah, what was with the squid? There was one scene where there's a random like giant squid tentacles reaching out of a room, and you're like, why are there squid?
Did they imply that those characters, not the squid, there was these really cool characters. I thought they were cool. They looked like Nazis with like an iron mask.
Oh, these are not cool characters.
Did they imply that they killed like Jesus and like did they?
Yeah, they did. They really did. They were implying that like these are the guys responsible.
See, I think that dancing in blood was like this Christian metaphor.
No, it's not.
I just think it was. You just didn't get it, Topher. That's all I'm saying.
Bad. There's no. I'm giving the movie a 1. Overall, a 1. What would you like to give this?
I think I'm more playing devil's advocate with you.
I know you are because I know that you hated this movie as much as I did.
All right. See, I give out zeros. You never do.
No.
I'm gonna give it a 0.
You're giving it
all around fat
all
0.
around experience, pleasure of watching it.
0 is like the glory hole, you know. Which is not what it sounds like. I normally would break our rule, but that's what it was called. The hole in the ground.
Like a manhole. Right. Yeah. Sewer.
I'm not touching that one.
Okay. Anyway.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm giving it a 1. He's giving it a 0. I guess maybe I'm being a little too generous. I don't know. Anyway. So that's Hobo with a shotgun, guys. Enjoy.
Have a good one.